All right, everyone, welcome back to XP League Brookfield, coming to you live from Code Ninjas in Brookfield at the Sundex Town Center. This is week 7, I believe, of our Fortnite season, the second last week of the season. So we're coming off. This is a double points weekend. Looks like we've got about 70 plus players queued up here. I think we're still waiting on a couple of teams to join. We had a coach pop into the Discord to say that we have some technical difficulties that they're trying to work through. So I think we'll be adding. Normally we have somewhere in like the 80s. So that's probably where we're going to end up again this week. But I guess you never know. Sometimes teams are a little bit short, or teams are playing a little bit shorthanded. So, but anyway, our Brookfield Dragons are coming off of a really good week. Last week we of course had no building for the week and for the big Fortnite change. But building is back this week, and it is going to be in the game mode that we are playing in today. So I don't, hopefully that wasn't the differentiating factor for our team this week, but last week I think the group working much more together as a team and being able to focus on marking their opponents and moving around and sticking together on the map. I think that was the differentiator. Now, hopefully, we can see a repeat again this week because with double points and then triple points next week, there's really an opportunity to move up the standings. I think uh, we were, I think we're somewhere in the mid-teens. I think we're ranked 16th right now for the season out of about 30 teams, so that's pretty good for our team entering the second season with a new player in his first season. So we've been pretty happy with them. They bounced around. We'll have a bad week and we'll drop down into the 20s, and then we'll have a good week like last week and we'll bounce back up. So they're just kind of going around and double checking on those teams that reported they were having difficulty getting in. It looks like we are at 79, so we've got to be getting close here to having everybody in. It is 2:12. We normally like to start at 2:10 to keep everything on schedule. So we are, yeah, they're just once again confirming that we are doing irregular trios and building is back in the system. And I think we are, I haven't heard anybody report any technical issues getting in. So we got, we got one team that's still trying to get in, and they're readying up right now. Looks like we're up to 79. So we're up to 81 players. We got to be getting pretty close here to having the full slate of players. I know some coaches talked about were mentioning that some of their players hadn't arrived yet. But if they don't arrive shortly, then we're going to be. Oh, now we're back down to 79. So we're going to need a minute to get another team back in here. But we should be starting things any moment. Like I said, we do have building back in this week, um, which, honestly, we spent a lot of time on practice getting you guys comfortable building in the past. So having that component come back in hopefully won't knock us off our stride. We were obviously really good with it. Without it last week. We did a good job of avoiding tanks last week. Well, we'll just see how this works. Looks like we've got Strong Kiwi 74 in his Spider-Man skin as usual. We got Odd Epic with that robot skin, and Jack the Destroyer likes to play vanilla and stick with the custom skin. So we like that too. In fact, up until this season, everybody had to go with the default skins. So this is the first season that you could choose and where some of the things that you've won or unlocked as you've played Fortnite over the course of your career. So, all right, I'm gonna have to switch screens because somebody's looking to go make some make some changes to their settings. I want to see where we're at. So we're back up to 81, and we are coming up on quarter past the hour. So we probably are going to be starting this off, just waiting for home office to give us the go ahead. It looks like we've got everybody in. We're at 84. We're going with last call right now, so we should be starting any second. Oh, we just went down to 81. All right, so we are heading in. Looks like we're kicking things off right now. It's looked like we've got 84 players was the final. 84 players was our final total heading into the match. We'll see how many make it into Spawn Island. Hopefully everybody, nobody got kicked here at the last minute. All right, looks like we've made it in. 1, 2, and 3. All right, very good. Okay, these guys have changed a little bit where they want to land. They usually like to go by tilted, but that's started to become a little bit more popular. And then head over to the bridge because there's always been Spider-Man gauntlets over there to give you an advantage. But both of those areas have started to become a little bit more popular. So we'll see if looks like they've marked the southwestern corner of the map this time around. So they're gonna mix things up, go in a little bit of a different direction, which is good. Of course, anytime you pick a new spot, you have no idea if that's been somebody else's favorite spot for the season to date. So you just have to be a little bit careful. One of the differences, so the gold division, the higher tier competitive division, they actually have designated drop points that rotate by week, so they have to land in a certain spot every week, and they had to rework those last week to take it into consideration tanks and things like that to try to make sure that everything was pretty equitable. But here in silver, we can drop anywhere that we want. We just have to abide by the no contact until storm 2 of 9 shows on the map. So, all right, these guys are. We've already got one player on the ground. One is lagging quite a bit behind. So we've got, looking at our screen here, we've got Odd Epic in our upper left corner. We've got Strong Kiwi 74 in your upper right, and we've got Jack the Destroyer on the bottom. Jack was the first one down, and these guys are going to start looting. We have talked about a little bit looting for a period of time, and then switching our focus to make sure that we've got. See, I don't know if we're getting any. Sorry about that. If you guys weren't getting a game sound, hopefully that fixed it. So focused on making sure that we loot, but then we change our focus once we're able to engage, so we don't get caught with our heads down, with another team being able to sneak up on us, or just not being prepared to engage. But we did see some improvement on that last week, and maybe the lack of building made these guys really start to focus on things like that. But also they did a really good job of marking, so that if they saw another enemy team, you can just click on the map to mark where they are. That's really good information for the rest of your trio, your squad to have, so that you guys all know that there's potentially some bad news in the neighborhood, and then you can figure out from there how you want to handle it, whether you're going to watch and hide and just see what they do, or if you're going to aggressively go after them. It's always good to have that more information than the other team, especially if they haven't seen you. If they've seen you and they're already shooting at you, then you're already at a disadvantage because they probably marked you and put together a plan before they started shooting. So you always want to be on the other side of that if you can. All right, so this is a new landing spot for these guys. It does look like they've been alone here. I don't think I saw another, just trying to watch all the screens, I don't think I see any other players here on the ground. Looks like they are going to get in this car, though, and perhaps relocate. Having a little trouble. All right, we're going to go with 2 cars because that blue one is a 2-seater. Driving in Fortnite is not always the easiest thing to do. The maps are kind of set up. There's a lot of obstructions, so like that little green wall, there's not much you can do about that. All right, now we got the pickups. Everybody can fit in one, but now we're still stuck, just kind of stuck in this kind of playground area. All right, now we're on the move. Was that an enemy team there as well? I don't know if that was somebody else in that truck, but all right, so we are on the move. We are going to be well inside this first storm circle here. That's going to start closing in about 15 seconds. You saw up on the corner of the map for Odd Epic, there's a storm 1 of 9 up in the corner, so we need that to be 2 of 9 before we can start engaging enemy teams. Look like we're just trying to get up to some high ground here. These guys look like they're in. I mean, they could use Odd Epic. Still needs some more shields, but somebody just picked up a big pot that might be able to. I don't know if they're going to share that to try to help him out, or if they're going to see if they can find some shareable resources, some splashers, something like that, some barrels to break. But ideally, when the fighting starts, you'd like to have the whole team fully shielded, and we're not quite there yet. There you go. So there's some splashers on the ground there. So that'll help these guys a little bit. But it looks like Jack the Destroyer could also use a little bit more shields. I think Odd Epic is trying to wait for him to come over so that when he splashes them, that Jack the Destroyer will get the benefit of them as well. But he's not coming over, so he might just have to use them. And looks like that's what he did. So he's got about, his shields are about halfway there. Right, let's just peek in here. It looks like only 81 made it into the match, so we did lose a team there at the end. That's unfortunate. There we go. All right, now everybody's going to be fully shielded up, so that's good use of that shared resource. And now we should be ready to roll. Looks like the loot they found not the best. We do have some blue rares, but don't see any commons. Don't see any epics or legendaries. These guys are just taking out some of the wildlife. Usually get some food. I hear a vehicle. Oh, that's us. Okay, good. All right, so we still got the truck nearby, so we can relocate again if we need to. And we're on the move. I don't know if we're just going to look for another spot to camp out before the fighting starts, or if we're still looking to get a little bit more loot. The map open. Looks like we're going to work our way up. I think we do have a bounty, and I think maybe we're going to try to work our way towards that target. See if we can get some extra XP. At least you know roughly where somebody on the map is. Looks like our truck is just about out of fuel. So not going to be able to get much further with this truck. They've marked up here by this. Yeah, they're not going to be able to get all the way up there, I don't think. 30 seconds and we are open to engage other teams. 30 seconds to go. 20 seconds now. Okay, they did mark somebody back there. I don't know if those shots were at them or if that was somebody shooting somewhere else. That was a pad. Pads are great. You can jump on them. They launch you up in the air. You can try to quickly rotate to a different spot on the map. Nice job moving north and predicting that next circle. They're just inside of it. Oh, that didn't work very well for strong Kiwi. Now everybody's up in the air. Looked like Jack the Destroyer didn't get a very good jump. He's going to have to take another crack at that, catch up to the team. These guys are just going to try to work their way into the circle a little bit further. Hopefully they don't get too spread out here. They are getting a little bit spread out. We want to make sure that we. Okay, so we're gonna. I don't know. He's gonna try to grab that truck and catch up, I guess. There we go. All right, so we should be free to engage. And these guys, I think they had marked. So I'm not seeing a whole lot happening on the map here. I think they had marked somebody back there, but I don't. I can't. I'm not seeing anybody back there. We're still a little bit spread out. We're going to work our way back up this road. Oh, now I hear some shots coming in. There we go. We got somebody down. Or is that an NPC? Nope, that was a true elimination. That's great. Okay, very good. So we got one on the board. All right, and we have. Looks like there's still 59 players left in the match. We can get some good loot here. Yeah, somebody's up there. That's some big time high ground. That's good shots there by Odd Epic to get a little bit of damage there. He was in a good spot. I don't know if they could get some shots down. I think they're trying to use this cannon to get some shots up there. You fire yourself in this cannon, but I don't know if you can get up the hill with it. But you can get across the bridge if somebody's kind of shooting down in that area. So that's good use of that. All right, and we did lose. Looks like we lost Jack the Destroyer. See, that's the problem with getting spread out. Hopefully they can bring him back in if they can find a van, but these guys are going to have to regroup. And work together to try to make sure that we don't get picked apart here. Okay, so they know somebody's in there. Trying to beat that door. There's plenty of time to get Jack the Destroyer back in. All right, so trying to use whatever utility we have to see if we can't get these guys to come out or get a little bit of an advantage. We blew up some walls. That goes down quite a ways. I don't think you can afford to drop down there. Here we go. Got a good angle. Got a couple pops there. There's two of them though. Okay, that one's down. There we go. Good job, guys. Nice work. Nice work. All right, I think we're up to 3 eliminations for the team, and again, plenty of time. I don't. We're gonna have to build our way out of here. There we go. Good job, guys. Hopefully, we're not coming out into a crowd or anything. Now, hopefully, we can find a. I think we could still bring Jack the Destroyer back in. Got to see if we can find a crack or a van to try to bring him in. I think that's what we're trying to mark. There we go. All right, good job. I think we're up to 4 eliminations for the team. 3 or 4 eliminations for the team. Still got 2 players. We're at decent strength here. No shields. Strong Kiwi 74 is in good shape. And we got to the van. Looks like that doesn't look like there's another squad around in the area. Or trio, I guess I should say. Specifically, there we go. All right, we got them back in. Now we're gonna have to try to get him some loot. Oh, I don't know if that was that a shot coming in on him? Yep, we got some mark. All right. Hopefully he can get some gear here on site. Yeah, a little bit better than that pistol. And hopefully they can find. There we go. So we got some shields out of there. That should help. Exalt Epic has no shields as well. There you go. Good peek, good crack. More shields there. Try to get these guys as patched up as they can. See, just like last week, they're going to doing a good job of marking on the map when they know where somebody's been shooting at them. And we chop that tree down. Trying to chop another one down to try to eliminate some cover that they've been using. See if we can move up. We are kind of pinned against the end of the storm here, so we've got a storm coming in behind us, so we do have to move up. Try to move as much as we can. Okay, we got another one on the ground. All right, I think we're up to, is that 5 for us? These guys are doing a good job now. Stick it together. We did get separated a little bit earlier, but it's not costing us. I'm gonna peek in here. It looks like we've got 23 left in the match, including us, so 20 other players. Plus 3 back in the car and on the move. Yeah, that storm's coming in. We don't have far to go to get inside the circle, but this is a little bit of a weird spot on the map. The storm circle's getting pretty small. Gonna head up to high ground. I'm guessing we're not gonna be the first ones up here. Whoa. See, that's why, like I said earlier, that the driving can be a little bit of a challenge. In Fortnite, the controls aren't always the best. Oh, well, okay, so we got contact, really close contact here. Jack the Destroyer took a lot of damage. It looked like. Yep, but he made it through. These guys are hanging tight. Now this is a spot that they, at the beginning of the season, that they like to go to get some loot, but it was starting to become a highly contested area and just a little bit too dangerous with, especially as some of the teams were learning the new rule set and not engaging until Storm 2 of 9. Takes a lot of patience for these guys to come across a team during that time and not follow their instinct, which would be to engage them. So we ended up saying the best decision was to try to find a different spot to start out, and we've been moving around a little bit since then. But the spot they picked today was perfect. They got off to a good start. They got some decent loot. They're doing a fairly good job here. And now they're doing a good job of sticking together. I'm guessing this area has already been looted. Somebody would have landed here at the beginning. Yep, and there are people still here. So you see they did a good job of marking there. Somebody has the high ground on them. Puts them at a little bit of a disadvantage, but if they don't know that we're here, we can be smart about this and try to sneak in, try to get a better angle on them. Or I don't know if there's even more than one team in here. Maybe they can third party somebody. There we go. We're on the move. We're trying to rotate here across the bottom. It's just a lot of exposed area down here. Get some more building materials. Let's build up. Okay, and then we're up and we're moving out the other side. There's a pad there, and there's a van here that they could just kind of keep an eye on, that somebody might have to come in and try to take advantage of. It might not be a bad area to watch. Looks like we're in single digits now. 19 players left in the match. There we go, marking again. Good job, taking a couple of shots. There's a lot of groups over here. Kind of tough to see them all. All right, we're going to go back inside through this tunnel. Use some natural coverage. It's going to be interesting to see where this next zone is going to come in. It's a gamble a little bit to go inside because you could end up getting trapped and have to come out and have people basically scouting those doors and being ready for you and can just snipe you as you come out. But it's 50-50, right? So we'll see how this works for us. I don't know if anybody tried to follow us in. Looks like the bounty that we picked up, somebody else eliminated them. These guys are actually in really good shape. Saw that looked like we have a launcher, and everybody's got full shields. Jack the Destroyer's missing a little bit of health, but overall, as is Odd Epic, but altogether, we're looking pretty good. There's a med kit there for somebody to patch themselves up. Shots, I don't think we're getting shot at. I think there's more than one party in here. But you keep hearing lots of shots. They didn't mark down there, so I don't know if there isn't anybody down there anymore. I don't hear the shots coming from that way anymore. Circle's getting really small. but this is a fairly big cavern, so there's a chance that this could end up being the end spot. I think these guys are just kind of holding out, trying to buy some time here just to see, let everybody else pick themselves apart while they are comfortably inside and got some cover. Looks like we got a mark over there, so there's still another team in here. I don't think that was our build that we just broke. Down to 11 total players, so 8 other than us. Everybody that's in here, I think, has grabbed a corner and is just trying to sit tight. There, you can see somebody's building up over there. Got to be careful. Jack the Destroyer's, I think, gone out. There we go. Okay, they're back together. All right. They've done a good job here in the middle section towards the end of sticking together. Still a lot of shooting. Down to 10 players left in the match. Oh, looks like somebody's right in there. There we go. Now we caught up on him. We kind of snuck around behind him. Got another one. Everybody's still up on our team. Nice work. So that's 9 players left. I think so. That must have been a solo because that player went down right away. It's been the last remaining player from that trio, just trying to find a corner and survive as long as they could and hope the rest of the trios wipe themselves out to give them that 50-50 chance at the end. All right, so you can see that circle's pretty much non-existent. So this thing's going to start, the environment is basically going to start killing everybody pretty soon. We are in, looks like we are in the last circle though, right in tight. I don't know where everybody else is. This is a really small space, but we chose right by coming in here, and this has put us in a good spot here. And I don't know that there's a whole lot of ways to come through. This is a build that we could go through. It looks like somebody's already put walls up here. They could be right on the other side for all we know. But we are pretty well pinned in. It's coming in right on us. Time to make a move. It's only 7 players left, so 4 other than us. And now we've got to move, try to get to that last little spot. Looks like we got stuck. Still moving. Hopefully the other squad is not in that circle either. Oh, there's a lot of building out here. Somebody on the ground. Nice job. Nice rotation. And we got it. Good job. First place for these guys. Wow. Really building off of last week's 11th to 6th place finish. And they come back in round 1 with a Vic Royale. Great job working together and marking and working together as a team. That is awesome. I'm going to go on mute here for a second so I can go in and congratulate the team. And then we got to get them ready for the second round coming back. So with double points, that's going to be a big point haul for us and hopefully give us a chance to move up the standings. So hang tight. We're going to be jumping back in here shortly. All right, so we're getting queued up here already for round 2. That was awesome. Nice work by the team. Just a great job working together as a team, marking their marking the enemy squads as they saw them, doing a really good job rotating, not panicking when that last circle came in and they needed to rotate, and they just were able to catch that last team off guard and get in behind them and quickly take them down. So that was really cool. That was a lot of fun to watch. So really good start. So we're going to be one of the. Hopefully, most of the other teams are already queued up here, and won't get. I guess that's the downside of winning is you don't get a very long break in between the matches because all the other players are already queued up and ready to go. It looks like we're at 62 though, so we'll get a little bit of a break. I'm just trying to log in here real quick and just check where we finished, where we were in the standings before this week, and we are sitting in 16th place, as I said, with 32 points, but we were only separated from 10th place is sitting at 51 points, so not a huge separation. What is that, 19 points? And the first place finish, because it's double point week for us here for the second last week of the season. That's worth 20 points alone. I don't know how many eliminations we had there. That might have been, I think we had somewhere between 8 and 10, maybe even a few more. They were just coming so quickly. But if you say it's 10, that's worth another 20. So we could have anywhere between 30 and 40 points for us this week. Now, of course, it doesn't, how the rest of the teams that are currently in the top 20 finished, they're still going to get plenty of points too with double XP or double point week this week. But that definitely gives us a chance to really move up the standings here and potentially crack the top 10, which would be great going into next week with when it's triple points. So we've had last season our Magic team was able to move up from 6th place to 3rd place with a first place finish in the last week of the season with those triple points. So that's huge. I'll have to with this win too. We do have a national stream that is run by Coach Kaz, who's a former Fortnite player, and you can find that. Typically, I think it's on XP League HQ or XPL HQ. I have to get the exact Twitch stream. But those are great to go back and watch as well when we do. Well, they try to move around and stick with where the action is. So if you are eliminated early or you kind of landed on a pretty quiet part of the map early on, you might not make it onto that stream. But when you finish in the top 10, or especially when you finish first place, they're usually on you, either whether they're observing the other team that you're taking out, or if they're looking through on you and watching your strategy. So we will definitely go back and take a look at that, and we'll probably get some great clips for the archives here for our Dragon team. So all right, looks like we're getting close here to having everybody in. We're at 76 players. I think we had as many as 84, and 81 made it into the match last time. So they're kind of making the call here. They're asking if coaches are having any difficulty getting in. I'm not hearing anything so far, but it does seem like we're missing quite a few players. Yeah. All right, there we go. Now we're up to 76. So that would be, if we had 81 last time, looks like we're just missing one full team and maybe a partial. They will have to start it soon because they will have gold starting when they want to start that match by 3:10 to try to keep things on schedule. So it is about 2:44 right now. Still plenty of time to get in a match before they've got to kick that off, and they can, of course, get everybody queued up and ready to go before that happens. So seemed like the quality on our stream here is a little bit better, but we're still a little bit choppy. We're probably going to have to go into our streaming platform here and make a few tweaks if we can. You can see we are streaming in 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is significantly better than we've had in the past. But on our old Discord server, we didn't have the capability to stream at that speed, so we had to make some changes in. We use what's called Slobs or Streamlabs OBS to to put our streams out, and you can make changes to how the feed comes in and how the feed goes out. It's a pretty powerful tool if you're ever looking to do something similar to what we do here with our streaming. But we had to change some bit rates and things like that to get things stable under the old channel, and now we can probably crank some things back up and try to push a little bit more through. Looks like they said that we're waiting for one more team to show up, but we're at 84, so that must mean a team showed up that wasn't able to participate in the first one. So we should be starting here though momentarily. Man, that was a good win. That's a lot of fun to watch these guys go through and really play really well like that. So um, I didn't see them do a lot of building. So they certainly didn't get distracted with a lot of building, and I'm wondering if a lot of teams coming off that week of no building um, weren't building a lot as well. We did see some structure there at the end, but it's not uncommon, especially at the end of a Fortnite match when that circle gets small. And granted, these guys had to be in that cavern, and it was kind of a unique final circle for a Fortnite match to have, but oftentimes you'll see these huge structures that have been built, these massive towers where people are trying to constantly get to the high ground and rotate and get around and flank. And we didn't have that in this particular match, and that's probably because people were inside and inside that cavern, which made things a little bit challenging. So, all right, looks like we're heading into round number 2. We are in. I did not see if we got any higher than 84. I'm going to stay on Spider-Man here. Hopefully we'll get a good view of that screen. Looks like we've got 45 in already. So it looks like we're up to 81. One of the coaches just mentioned at some other location they had a kid crash right as we started up. That is the downside of doing these countrywide battle royales, because once you're at this point, there's no going back, and the kids end up missing out. That's happened to us as well. It's unfortunate. You try to do your best to make sure that that sort of thing doesn't happen, but it does occasionally happen. Which, and if it does, you want it to be the technology and not a self-inflicted. Early on when we first started doing this, coaching the kids to just not be flying around all the different menus and going in and out of the shop and things like that. All it takes is one wrong button press at the wrong time and you leave your team. And if that's the exact moment that home office decides to start the round, well, then you're sitting that one out. So our teams have been, knock on wood, they've been pretty good about not doing that. In fact, a lot of them get up and get away from their chair just to make sure that doesn't happen. They'll go strategize by the board or talk to their teammates as we are getting ready to go. So, and we actually have to herd them back over there to make sure that they're ready when to go. So I think looks like we've marked, we've got our spot. We're all in the air. I'm going to switch back to the full team view. I don't think we're going to make it all the way out to that spot. No, maybe we will. Got quite a bit of gliding that we can do with our umbrellas. There, looks like Jack the Destroyer is coming in. Looks like Odd Epic is gliding the furthest, and he's definitely going to make it. We are not alone here, though. Did you see? I don't know if you could just see. There's another team that kind of floated by to see if these guys are going to stay or if they're going to rotate right away and find a different spot. But they are almost there. Now they're all on the ground. All right. So let's see what they decide to do. Okay. So these guys are on the ground. They're starting to loot. Chopping up these wood piles. Get some building materials early. Looks like there's a ammo case right there to get some much needed ammo for later in the match. Not a lot of, looks like we do have a legendary gun there for Jack the Destroyer, but not much else for the rest of the team. I think it was that Spider-Man gauntlets. Nope, that's the pickaxe for Odd Epic. He's got those axes. All right, so we're into round two. We're on the ground. We still got plenty of time before these guys can start engaging. Coming off that first place, that Vic Royale. Let's see if we can run it back. Yep, so it looked like that was a member of an opposing team. So I think we're probably gonna. I can't make out the words, but I can hear the coach talking there, cautioning, no engagement, no engagement. We might be looking to rotate here. Yeah, we'll hop on the boat and just find another spot. There's a big map. There's no point in sharing loot with anybody in any of these matches, in any of these locations. With as much time as we have before you can engage, just find a different spot and go get it. Right? That's definitely the winning strategy. Plus, there's no chance that somebody can make a mistake and accidentally engage somebody or get frustrated over loot stealing if you just give the ground and go. All right. So there. Oh, hopefully he gets there before it runs out. Got to get everybody in on those shields. Looks like Strong Kiwi's going to get fully filled up. I don't know if everybody else. Yeah, I think we'll be fully shielded up here with this. That's awesome. There we go. All right, good job. Good job of sharing the resources, making sure everybody's fully shielded. All right, so that's the storm. You heard the siren for the storm. Now we just have to wait for storm 2 of 9. I always wonder, so as a spectator and streamer, it seems like it takes forever to get there. I wonder as the players if when you're out there looting and trying to get the best possible gear and try to figure out where you're going to go and what the strategy is. It looked like there was another non-member of our team running through the area. Somebody else swimming across there as well. But that time might go a little bit quicker for them. All right. Spider-Man's got to try to keep up here with the land boat. Because just trying to keep some separation between any of the other opponents. Ideally, you can keep an eye on them where they end up going, but they lose track of you. These boats do move on land, but they do have their limitations, as you can see. You're not going to be able to go up the side of a mountain necessarily. All right, we found ourselves a tank. We have not had a tank before since they were introduced last week. I hope that was not a player that we shot at. I think that was just a cannon. And now we're on the move. As we found out, though, in week 1, you have to be careful where you drive these things. We did have somebody come out of a tank down at us, and they got dumped out of it because they went down too steep of a hill, like we might be doing right now. Hopefully we can stick to the side here and not get dumped. But this could be a game changer. I did not see a tank last time, so I don't know if they were used early in the match and had to be abandoned just based on the location of where the zone finished, or if for the most part people just ignored them. But hopefully we can put it to good use and have it work out to our advantage. They do have a lot of health, and they obviously, they've got the cannon on the top, and they can cause a lot of damage. And your third member can be on the back and use whatever equipment that they have. And it is difficult as somebody who's played and sat on the back of those tanks. The person in the tank is usually trying to also engage all the targets, which tends to put things in your line of sight. So it is difficult to engage targets sitting on the back of that tank to the front. So you almost have to look out a little bit to the sides and behind, because your view is always obstructed going forward, and you rotate as the tank rotates, so as the turret rotates. So it can be a little unsettling trying to aim and hit your targets because the ground is constantly moving underneath you. and you're not the one that's controlling that, so you can't predict what those movements are going to be. So, all right, I have lost track of the storm. I don't know if this is the one that's if we're now free to engage or not. Yep, we do. Okay, so home office just said we're free to engage. I would like to say, have a significant advantage here having this tank. It looked like I saw some firing off on the distance there on the top. We might gonna go right through this gas station, hopping out, trying to get some loot. I'm gonna repair the tank, hop back in, and get moving. I don't know. It looks like there was some shields there, but I don't know that we needed it. We're trying to gas this thing up. We're just happy with this spot. I think they want the tank to move a little bit closer so they can fuel it up, but I don't know if anybody's sitting in it or if that's actually working right now. All right, still, it doesn't look like there's been very many eliminations. Boy, that's not a very easy to read. Looks like about 72, I want to say. Missile incoming. You do have to be careful. As a tank, you are kind of a target. Whoa! I'm glad we were not in that. I don't know how much damage that thing just took. But I guess we're ready to be done with it. And we're just going to move on land here going forward. So I don't know if that tank has any fight left in it or not. So it's a little bit difficult to leave those things behind because you brought it now into the space. So hopefully it's wouldn't be very effective for somebody else to use. There you go. Now you're starting to see some builds again. These guys just had to get used to get back. I don't know if we're third partying this. Didn't look like they were really looking at us. Another missile coming out. We got to move so it doesn't land on us. Ooh, took a lot of shield damage there for a strong Kiwi. 74. These guys are doing a good job pushing up. You don't want to sit around and wait for those. Let somebody sit back and shoot missiles at you like that. I don't see him. This guy's like building like crazy and rotating down and editing through his walls. But I only saw one player, so I think it might be a 3v1. I'm not sure. Looks like we got Odd Epic is on the ground, trying to get. Okay, now we finally got him on the ground. Get Odd Epic back in the match before we worry about that guy. Always goes a little bit quicker if you've got two players doing the revive. Oh, he had some nice loot there on the ground. These guys will share that, and they definitely need these shields. Going to build themselves in. I'm not sure what's with the open spot in the wall there. That's all right. These guys are going to replenish, try to get their shields back up. It's like Odd Epic still needs some shields. There we go. Now he's got a big pot. Oh, shots coming in. They're going to have to move sooner than later. Odd Epic looks like trying to build his way up. I don't know if he's getting some high ground or if he's just trying to find another spot. Lots of shots coming in. I think those turrets are a little bit difficult to use. I don't know if this is back to our tank or if this is a different tank. Oh, okay, that's not us in the car. We gotta be careful. Holy cow! All right, we're right on top of a team. Looks like we got one of them down. Still got people above us here. There's another one popping in. Got another one down. Oop, and we lost Jack the Destroyer. He's knocked. Still a lot of fire coming in. Hopefully they can get him into build up some defense around, get enough time to get him back in the fight. Again, with two, it's going to go a little bit quicker. There we go, back in the fight, but there's not a lot of loot around to try to get him back in better fighting shape. He's got very little health and no shields. And I don't know that there's more on the ground. in the area. Oh, this looks like I see a small pot there on the other side of the wall. Hopefully he saw that as well to get over there, and or whether or not it's worth trying to get over there and not take a cheap one. So these guys are on the move again, back into a tank. I don't know if there's still a squad down there at that gas station. I think that's the, I can't tell if that's the one that we blew up or if that's one that's also just roughed up. Not taking any chances. Looks like there is a car down there. I don't know if they just blew that over to the side and it wasn't moving. Let's take a quick look in, see if we can figure out how many. Looks like about 29 players left. Oh, we're up on top of somebody right away. Trying to build their way, build up some defenses to counter this tank. As you can see with strong Kiwi in the back, it is difficult to aim from the back of that tank. For sure. Now he just popped into the main cannon seat. Gonna try to get to the turret seat there, try to get some shots off. Odd Epic has been knocked. I don't know if they've got, they're going to pick him up. Just kind of rotate here. Yeah, they got rockets coming in. That tank is drawing a lot of attention. We can get up here to this little bit of shelter maybe. Here comes another rocket. Woo! There's a hot zone. Going to try to get him to a safe spot. There you go. Get us some building around him so we can get him back on his feet. Hopefully quickly. Yeah, the rockets are just coming in. You got to get, okay, now he's back on his feet. They may just have to move here. I don't know how many more rockets are out there, but there's just been a lot of shots coming in. There's still 20, looks like 23 maybe left in the match. Trying to wake our way back to this. Oh, that's somebody else's tank. Oh, we got him out. All right. Nice work. Nice work, Jack the Destroyer. All right, now these guys, but he's a little bit exposed on his own, so these guys got it all popped on that platform and trying to get their way out. Now they're trying to get, somebody else is in this tank, trying to cause as much damage as they can. Looks like the thing blew up. Odd Epic is down again. Oh man, there's a lot going on. It's just strong Kiwi 74, but they didn't know where he was. All right, he's got two teammates. Maybe they can hide in this bush. Try to get one of them back in so they can get them both back in. He's got time as long as they don't know where they are. They got a little cover with this bush. Takes forever when there's just one of you, for sure. All right, they gotta see if they can get Jack the Destroyer, or the Odd Epic, sorry, back in as well. Looks like only 17 players left. Got some shields there on the ground. Some more loot to pick through, but I think these guys are pretty comfortable with the loadouts that they have. It's really the resources that they need right now, and there's not a lot of building materials to pick up here. I think you can break the rocks, but I probably want to keep those. At this point, it's just trying to get the shields back. Jack the Destroyer is very low on health. Everybody's missing some health. So, ooh, Jack the Destroyer still taking shots. At least he's got some shield. These guys are going to put down a pad and just try to rotate out of there. Smart move. We just did not have the advantage there, so just get to a different spot and see what happens. All right, they got somebody on the ground. Nice job rotating. Put up some defensive. Man, it feels like wherever they go, they got eyes on them. It's like people know that we took first last time, and now they got a target on them. I'm not sure. Oh, all right. So strong Kiwi 74 just got knocked. Still lots of shots coming in. This is a small circle. Odd Epic is down. Got just Jack the Destroyer. Trying to get on the pad and get out of there. They did lose strong Kiwi. Got fully wiped. I don't know if there's a chance to get anybody in with a van at this point, but he's got to try to get one of his teammates back in the fight here. Oh no, that is Strong Kiwi that he grabbed. It's Odd Epic that's out. All right, so we got Strong Kiwi, we got Odd Epic still, or sorry, Jack the Destroyer still in our match here. Looks like you got some bandages. Tried to share the loot here, get back in the fight. Oh, and somebody just snuck right up on top of us and got us. All right, sixth place finish. Not bad. That was a lot of eliminations across the team. Looks like Jack the Destroyer got 5. Odd Epic got 1. I missed what Strong Kiwi had up there. So that's at least 6 and a sixth place finish. I don't remember what sixth place is worth. At least a couple of points. I think 11th place is worth 2. Probably worth like 3 or 4 points, but everything is double points week. So again, good haul for us this week, and I have a good feeling that we're going to be moving up the standings here. So not bad. 2 top place finishes plus a victory royale. Great job for these guys. Great job for our Brookfield Dragons. All right, that's going to do it for Fortnite this week. Like I said, next week, last week of the season, triple points week. That'll be a great primer. Then I think we have a week off. And then we've got regionals coming up at the end of April, and anything can happen. You know, there aren't separate silver, gold regional divisions this year. It's all one shot. So for a silver team, you know, it's long odds for a silver team to be able to make it in. But hey, we'll throw our hat in the ring, I think, and maybe we'll see what happens. You never know what can happen to Fortnite. So that's going to do it for our Fortnite stream. We're going to be back here at 4 o'clock today. We've got the first round of our postseason for Valorant. We're up against Ackworth, I believe, today. And I think we're going to be a player short, so we're going to be it's going to be long odds for us against an Alpha Gold team. But if we win, we might run it back against whoever the winner is in the other bracket to get 2 rounds out of the way this weekend. So, but good luck to everybody and great job for our Dragons. And we will see you guys back here same time next week for the season finale.